to all of you.
Hello.
How are you doing up there? Thank you. Yes, hello, Frank. How are you doing?
First question, what were you like as kids, and were you naughty kids, and did you fight against each other?
What a good start. Yeah, actually, that's a very good start, because at the very beginning we were, in fact, delinquents. That's true. I had 2 years probation, in fact. We were stealing cars and...
It was only a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's okay now, though.
Yep.
They actually, the police came to our house, and they told our mother and father that it was a good idea to emigrate to Australia. That was basically the way they put it. Either go to Australia.
It was nice. It was very well put.
It was well put. And that's the truth. Yeah. So they said, the boys are going to end up in reform school, so maybe it's time to take them away. That's what Mum did.
So they did.
It's a wonderful experience for those who haven't been to Australia. Australia is probably one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and a great place to be brought up.
That was nice, actually, yeah.
Is there Isa?
Hi.
Hi, how fantastic.
We Australians think of you guys as being one of us.
So do
what
we.
are your memories of being the Bee Gees Down Under?
Well, we've been called many things.
The Bee Gees Down Under, never.
Never.
Wonderful, wonderful times. Living on the beach, always on the beach.
Never in a house on the beach.
Girls. So many things. The smell of the bush, because that's an unmistakable. There's so many things come to mind. Wonderful time. Thank you.
Okay, we actually came back when we came back to England in '67. This is one of the first songs that we're about to do now, which was our first #1 in England when we came back. And we hope you enjoyed. It goes something a bit like this.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Massachusetts. Something's carrying me, I must go home. And the lights all went out in Massachusetts the day I left her standing on the road, trying to hitch a ride to San Francisco. Gotta do the things I want to do. And the lights all went out in Massachusetts the day I left her standing on the road, talking out the life in Massachusetts, speak about the people I have seen. And the lights all went out in Massachusetts. And Massachusetts is one place I have seen. Remember Massachusetts. We'll remember Massachusetts. Remember Massachusetts. Remember Massachusetts.
To be young again.
Claire, where are you, love? Oh, there you are.
Where was your first ever public performance, and what did you sing?
The first performance would probably be the Gaumont Theatre in Manchester before we emigrated to Australia.
It's now a funeral home, by the way.
That's fair comment, actually. We were going to. Everyone was miming to records in those days. Not unusual.
We were
still
little
doing
kids,
it.
remember?
Yeah.
We went
It's all right. You don't have to apologise.
Throw that in.
And we chose a Paul Anka song to mime to, because we saw a kid the week before miming to Blue Suede Shoes, and we thought, we got to do that, you know. And we were sort of practicing at home and singing and doing things like that with brushes with tin cans on the top, pretending they were microphones and all. And we'd never appeared publicly. And we went to the cinema manager and we said, can we get up and do what the kid did last week, you know? And we got up and mimed to a song called I Love You Baby. No, we didn't mime to the song.
No, I broke the record.
Morris broke the record on the way to the theatre.
In those days, records broke.
Yeah.
You know. We were going to do that one, but it broke. So.
Yeah, we were going to do I Love You Baby, the flip side of Diana, I think it was.
Yeah, but we ended up doing Lollipop.
The point was that we knew we had to sing because we didn't want to let down the kid.
Yeah.
Mama, lollipop, lollipop, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, lolly, 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 lollipop, my lollipop. That was the Mudlarks, in fact, yes. Adam, how you doing?
Well, thank you. How are you?
You're not working tonight?
No, they gave me a day off. Well, my question is actually somewhat related to that. Saturday Night Fever, the film, was a huge smash when it was released, and now with its musical in the West End, which I've seen, it's good.
Yes.
You're excellent. Wonderful. Brilliant.
What do you think is its enduring success? What makes it such an enduring success?
It's quite baffling because, it's been like a roller coaster ride. That music has been up and down, up and down. People have liked it and then said, no, we shouldn't like it. And then said, oh, yes, we should. And then, no, we shouldn't.
Not unlike our career, really.
If a song is good, you'll still be humming it in 20 years. And that, I think, is why it works.
Another question over here.
My favourite track from Saturday Night Fever is Night Fever. What's yours?
Well, once again, we love them all, but our favourite, we love ballads. So "How Deep Is Your Love" is always a favourite of ours. Thank you. But we'll the one you mentioned is probably a very good cue, so we'll go into that one. How's that? Here we go.
On the waves of fear, there is They're the most successful trio in music history, winners of 7 Grammys, and immortalized in the Rock and Roll and Songwriters Halls of Fame. Now, for the first time ever, a 2-CD collection of their greatest hits, from past to present. The Bee Gees, The Record. 2 CDs, 40 unforgettable songs. Hit songs like Jive Talkin', More Than a Woman, Night Fever, Stayin' Alive, and many more. This is the season's ultimate gift. 40 career-defining tracks, 2 CDs, plus this exclusive full-color booklet. The Bee Gees, The Record. 40 hits from past to present. Just $24.98 for 2 CDs or $17.98 for 2 cassettes, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Order now. And only on Bee Gees The Record will you find 4 brand new studio recordings of #1 hits they wrote for other artists, but now performed by the Bee Gees. Hits like Islands in the Stream, Heartbreaker, and Emotion. Plus, you'll get the smash duet with Barbra Streisand, Guilty. This is the gift to give and the gift to get for music lovers of all ages. Bee Gees, The Record. 40 hits, 2 CDs. One great price.
This is just where I came in.
To order Bee Gees The Record, call the number on your screen or send $24.98 for 2 CDs or $17.98 for 2 cassettes plus $4.95 shipping and handling to the address shown. Call now. Rush delivery available.
No one in between. How can we be wrong?
got a question.
Can you stick the mic? Can you stick it closer?
No, I just want to ask. A lot of your family are here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to ask how important they've been in your lives and if any of your children have followed in your footsteps.
Oh, actually, yes. Right there is our mum.
Yeah,
Hello, mum. Stand up, mum.
Stand up, mum. Mum is the foundation.
Yes. She's like the... She's like the Rose Kennedy of the...
That's right. and a fact that's not very well known is Mum has very strange sort of habits. She, can you hear me, Mother? You're right, yeah. She always carries a pork pie around wherever she goes, just in case she gets hungry. You think I'm joking? Show them the pork pie, Mum.
Come on, you've got it in your bag, haven't you? Can't take her anywhere. You non-believer. You can take a woman out of Lancashire, but you can't take a Lancashire out of the woman.
Question over here.
Yes, sir.
Where's the mic?
Yeah, talking about the family, obviously it matters a great deal to you, but on a serious note, in 1988 you lost your brother Andy.
Yes.
You must have been devastated by that, but he had a fabulous singing voice like the rest of you. Was there ever any prospect of him being in the band?
Well, actually, Alistair, it's always the door was open for Andy to come in, but he was doing so well by himself. But the irony of it all is that we wrote the songs together, we produced the records together. Well, Barry produced them, and we did the backtracks and vocals and things like that. So he was always part of us, you know. But in fact, the last album we did before Andy passed away was called One for All, and he was going to join us on that album. It's going to be like the Four Musketeers type of thing. Unfortunately, it was only the three of us, so we didn't quite make it. We're very fortunate, actually, because not most people can have videos and records and things like that, and songs that he sang that always remind us that he's still with us. So we're very fortunate in that way to have those memories, you know. So, and this is a great time, actually, for
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
song.
We dedicate this next song to Andy. It's about Andy. It was one of Andy's singles, and it's called Don't Throw It All Away. We hope you like it.
Wanna know the reason why, but lately you don't talk to me, and darling, I can see me in your eyes. I want you near, but you're so far away. But let your love flow back to me. How can you leave and let this feeling die? You alone, the living thing that keeps me alive. And tomorrow, if I'm here without your love, you know I can't survive. Only my love can raise you high above it all.
Here's Andy.
We can take the darkness and make it holy, but let your love flow back to me. How can you leave and let this feeling die? This happy room would be a lonely place when you were gone, and I won't even have your shoulder for the crying on. No other woman's love could be as true. I'm begging you. Don't throw it all away, our love, our love. Don't throw
Hello, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Don't
well,
you look
mine's a
lovely.
request, really. Pardon?
Nothing.
Oh, no, I'm really nervous to make it worse.
Sorry.
Mine's a request, really. I've always wanted to play the part of Sandy in the film Grease. What's your favourite role?
Sandy.
I mean, Olivia or Sandy?
Both. Every guy would like to have played John Travolta, and Adam gets to do it, you know, gets to play the part of Tony Manero, and does it really well. We'd all love to do that. All men would like to be that part, you know, especially in the 70s, you know. John Travolta.
Oh, I'd like to have done Olivia, actually.
Would you?
Yeah.
Thank you. We could be on Coronation Street. Could you get us on Coronation Street? Voices, I mean, we could be right there, you
Come
know.
on with us, by all means.
And we could walk in the Rovers, you know. Hello.
Oh, Chuck. Now, we've got another one coming up.
Yes, sir. Yeah? Ian, how you doing? All right. I told them not to sit you there.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I'm a member of a team, and as you are all team members, I was wondering how you get on as a team.
We do, actually, yeah, go ahead.
Well, we're all a team, actually. We've been together since, well, Robin and I were 5. You know, and Barry
We've been
was...
together since birth, Morris.
Well, true.
For the first 5 years, I don't know where you went.
No, but I mean, singing together. Actually, you're half an hour older than me, so it's not quite right.
I only started remembering you around 5. Before that, I have a complete blank.
Norman, where are you? Oh, there you are.
As we can see tonight, you've had loads of hits, and you've also written lots of songs for other people. 2 questions: who have you written songs for? And secondly, when you've given these great songs away and they've had a hit, do you feel a bit jealous about that?
Ooh. Sometimes.
Yeah, more envious than jealous, because we're not quite sure how strong a record is going to be or how strong the song is going to be. And The Stream is a perfect example of that. Heartbreaker is a perfect example, Dionne Warwick. Chain Reaction is a perfect example of Diana Ross. And yes, sometimes, yeah.
Okay, shall we do a bit?
Yeah, all right. You mean around the middle?
Come on, Chuck.
Why do you have to be a heartbreaker? It ain't a lesson that never knew. Got to get out of the spell that I'm under. My love for you. Why do you have to be a heartbreaker? When I was being what you want me to be. Suddenly everything I ever wanted has passed me by. This world may end, not you and I. Sing, darling, how grand we are. Little by little we meet in the middle. There's danger in the dark. It ought to be illegal, making a crime to be out in the cold. It ought to be illegal. You got a reason for living, you better along with the love you're living on. You gotta be mine. We take it away. It's gotta be night and day, just a matter of time. And we got nothing to be guilty of. Our love will climb any mountain near or far. We are, and we never let it end. And we got nothing to be sorry for. Our love is 1 in a million eyes can see. That we got a highway to the sky. Don't wanna hear your goodbye. Don't wanna hear your goodbye. I don't wanna hear you. And we got nothing to be guilty of. Our love will climb any mountain near or far. We are, and we never let it end. sorry for. Our love is one in a million. Eyes can see that we got a highway to the sky. Don't wanna hear goodbye. Don't wanna hear goodbye. Tremble when your hand moves low. You taste a little and you swallow slow. Nature has a way of yielding treasure, pleasure made for you. And I'll be there, your future is on the run. Shine a light for the whole world over. You set your heart on steel and my heart, oh, crying, dying. All you gotta do is get in the middle of a chain reaction. You get a middle where you're lost in action. I wanna get your love already, sweet sensation, instant radiation. You let me hold you for the first explosion. We get a picture of a love in motion. I will cover my lips well over you. No more left to say. We talk about love, love, love. We talk about love. We talk about love, love, love. We talk about what everybody needs. Should've let you pick me when I'm down my bed. Find out everybody knows that you've been using me. I'm surprised you let me stay around you. One day I'm gonna lift the cover and look inside your heart. We gotta live before we go and tear this love apart. There's no fight, we can't fight this kind of love with me. You win again, so little time. We do nothing but compete. There's no light on earth, no other could see me through. You win again, so never try. But if anybody can, we can. And I'll be following you. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, babe. Shake you from now on. I'm gonna break down your defenses one by one. I'm gonna hit you from all sides, lay your fortress open wide. Nobody stops this body from taking you. You better believe, I swear, I'm gonna be there one day when you fall. I can never let you cast aside the greatest love of all. There's no fight you can't fight this kind of love with me. You win again, so little time. We do nothing but compete. There's no light on earth, no other could see me through. You win again, some little time. But if anybody can, we can. And I'll be following
yourselves.
Right, control yourself now. Yes, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
I'm hiding behind Frank.
Good man to hide behind.
Yeah, like on that one. You've also had that distinctive sort of vocal thing. Where did you get these ideas from? It wasn't the Andrews sisters or the Stones, was it?
Stones played a part in it. There's no question about that.
Well, there's nothing like a good swift kick in the right place can help. No, it's good to got the falsetto business. Actually, that was really influenced by the Stylistics, people like that. There were the
Delphonics.
Yeah, the R&B groups of the time, you know. And actually, the Four Seasons were doing it much longer before that, and the Beach Boys were also doing falsetto stuff, you know. But it's actually Reef Mardin who was producing the Main Course album, and with Jive Talking on and stuff like that. And we had this track called Nights on Broadway, and he wanted to know if anybody could scream in tune. Of course, everybody can. So Barry said, I'll have a go at it. So he goes out and he started the falsetto ad-libs at the end of it. And it was from then on, he said, maybe we should do one in lead like this. Yeah. And it went on from there, you know.
There was no falsetto until that song.
Yeah, but we weren't the first to do it. It was more R&B sounding. That's why we liked it. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Nice one, Bill. Thanks.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Where's Amanda? Amanda?
In 1969, you decided to split up. Why was that? And then
we didn't decide to split up. I think it was probably. Can I start off? Yeah.
It's more spontaneous, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was more of a spontaneous blast. It was sort of what we call first fame. When you get famous for the first time, I think your ego gets out of control. You start to get too much money. We started arguing in the press. You know, this is a big pitfall for most groups when you start fighting with each other through the newspapers. Instead of talking to each other, we would actually argue through the newspapers.
Which was fun.
So how did you get back together again?
How did we get back together again? Well, Robin came to see me. I was living in Kensington at the time, and it was about 15 months later. And Robin came and we sat down and he talked, and he said that, you know...
Kick me out.
No, he said, you know, let's do it again, because he'd had some success himself. He'd had Saved by the Bell, which was a really big hit record for him, but it was not the same as the three of us. And Robin coined it then, it's not nice when you have success on your own. When Robin came round that day, both of us had a bit of a strum, and the idea that came from that, and then Morris joined in and we finished the song together. That song was called How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, and it really represented how we all felt. And we'll do it now for you.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a man could want to do. I could never see tomorrow. No one said a word about the sorrow.
How can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? How can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. Da-da-da-da. I can still feel the breeze that rustles through the trees, and misty memories, days gone by. I could never see tomorrow. No one said a word about the sorrow. How can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? what makes the world go round. And how can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. Da 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 da.
Thank you. Angela, how you doing, John?
Right, I'm a bit confused.
Oh, so am I know.
I'm a bit confused. Right, where were you born? Was it Manchester or was it Australia? Which one?
We were born in the Isle of Man. So
Right.
we were born in the Isle of Man, and then we moved to Manchester, and then we moved to Australia from there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But thank you, Angela. And let's. Oh, yeah,
The
Bill.
Isle of Man thing's got those 3 legs on it.
That's it.
Wherever you throw us, we land on our feet.
That's right. But that's a nice cue, and it gives us a chance to do the.
Hang on.
What?
Something's happening.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, this next song we're going to sing is actually, and not many people know this, but the Isle of Man has a national anthem. And this is it. It's called Ellen Vanna. It's the unofficial national anthem, actually.
When the summer day is over, its busy cares have flown, I will sit beneath the starlight with a weary heart alone. Then arise like a vision, sparkling bright it shines for me, my own dear Ellen Vanna, with its green hills by the sea.
times of sorrows, and on some lonely shore I'll go back to Ellen Bannon and my childhood days once more.
Right, now where's Claire? Oh, there she is.
Right,
Have any other artists recorded your songs that you've been impressed with?
we're always knocked out that anyone sings one of our songs. So
Elvis did words.
Boyzone
and
as well?
Boyzone, of course.
Boyzone,
No question,
yeah.
Boyzone doing
The
words.
best version that we consider is Boyzone.
It's a real honour, actually, to have anyone, especially with the recent artists and the younger artists that are doing the songs, because that was 20 years ago that was written, words, you know, so when Boyzone did it, we were blown away, because it was just a lovely version. And it's the first time we'd actually heard it fresh again, and also be as successful. So it's a great, I think for any songwriter, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. But let's do that, okay.
Smile, an everlasting smile. A smile can bring you near to me. Don't ever let me find you gone, 'cause that would bring a tear to me. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story now, my love. Right now, there'll be no other time, and I can show you how, my love. Talk in everlasting words, and dedicate them all to me. Hear the future call to you. And you think that I don't even mean a single word I say. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. If you know the song, words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boyzone. Thank you.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying, but I didn't sing. Oh no, that the joke was on me. Oh no. I started to cry, which started the whole world laughing. Oh, if I only seen that the joke was on me. I looked at the sky, running my hands over my eyes, and I fell out of bed, hurting my head from things that I said, till I finally died, which started the whole world living. Oh, if I only see that the joke was on me. I looked at the sky, running my hands over my eyes, and I fell out of bed, hurting my head from things that I said, till I finally died, which started the whole world living. Oh, if I only seen that the joke was on me. Oh no, that the joke was on me.
Right, Rory, where are you?
There you are.
I've been on many rugby trips and tours abroad. You're on the middle of a world tour now, and I'm sure over the years you've had some amusing stories to tell us about people you've met and places you've been.
The greatest story of all, for us anyway, was a personal appearance we made in Jakarta in Indonesia. And it was a monsoon. A monsoon struck on the night of the show, and there was about 70,000 natives with spears, you know, like, Massachusetts. And
remember that?
I do, I'll never forget it. But it was very much a military-style government, you know, Sukarno and people like that. So the crowd wanted to leave, but the army wouldn't let them, so they turned all the guns on the crowd, and they sort of held machines. They've never had an audience by force before, but this was the first time. And the guy that was the military man in charge came up to us and said, "Will you go on?" And we said, "Well, there's an inch of water on the stage. If we go on the stage, you know, we get killed. You know, there's like an inch of water. You touch the microphone, you're gone. You know." And we said, "Well, we just, you know, you can't go on like this. We have to wait until it dries up. It's impossible." And the guy actually said, "Well, there's a group going on before you. If they come off alive, will you go on?" Thanks a lot. That takes us to the song that we mentioned earlier about on Fever, which is our favourite. It's called How Deep Is Your Love. We hope you like it.
Touch me in pouring rain, and the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come
Sam. There he is.
Gentlemen, before I ask my question, can I just say one thing? And I'm sure this is not just from me, but for everybody here tonight. It's great to be in the presence of three icons of the music. Out of everything you've achieved in your whole career, and you've achieved a hell of a lot, what is the proudest moment you can recall?
Jeez. Do we have an answer for that one?
I would say
the British Music Awards.
Yeah.
The Lifetime Achievement, these contribution to British music. That is the most honourable award.
Because we're British and getting that, yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Magical moment. Thank you for asking, Sam. That's great.
Okay, well, I guess this is our wrapping up time. We're going to play out a few songs here. I'd like to thank you all for coming. It's been a wonderful night. Thanks again. Here we go.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me, yeah. I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me. I'm staying alive. You can't tell by the way I use my walk on the wall. You ain't loud, you put me in warm, but when you get to where the town was from, but now it's alright. You may look the other way. We can try to understand. Give your time to break from the pain. Staying alive, staying alive. You see me breathing, everybody shaking. I'm staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Going nowhere. Somebody help me. Somebody help me, yeah. I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me. I'm staying alive. I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me. Somebody help me, yeah. I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me. I'm staying
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you all very much.
Good night.